So the main difference between a bareboat charter and a time charter is that in a time charter, the owner of the vessel will still remain the beneficial owner of the vessel. The charterer will be responsible for the bunkering of the vessel. The charterer will be responsible for the cargo wherever he takes the vessel. Yeah, the insurance. But in a bareboat charter, what will happen is that is the charterer will become the desponent owner of the vessel. That means he will be responsible for everything of the vessel, from the bunkering to the crewing,
The beneficial owners to
the beneficial. Yes, the owner will still remain the head owner, but the charterer will be now called as the desponent owner. That means he will dispose the owner of his main duties onto himself. So he will become the desponent owner of the vessel. So bareboat hire purchase is that when the charterer will basically take over the title of the vessel, will become the desponent owner of the vessel, will run the vessel like as if it was his own vessel. Uh, for a period of time, say he does 3 years bareboat, and hire purchase means at the end of 3 years, he will either have an option or an obligation to buy the vessel from the owner. So that means now the title of the vessel will be legally transferred on to the charterer, and he will become the head owner after from being the desponent owner. But so bareboat hire purchase usually in the charter party there will be a clause stating that starting from the end of 2 years, the option will begin. So every 3 months, they will have to declare if they want to exercise the option or not. Is something that is negotiated in the contract. So basically, the charter will take over all the responsibility from the owner. The only thing that the owner will worry about is collecting the hire on a monthly basis from the charter. But the operation of the vessel, all the OPEX of the vessel will now be on the charters. It will be the charter's responsibility. It will not be the head owner's responsibility.
they are like sleeping
Yeah,
partner.
yeah. So bareboat hire purchase is basically a way for a charterer who does not have financing ready immediately to buy a vessel. So this is kind of like a financing structure. So that means this gives him say 2 or 3 years, to arrange for financing, and then he will buy over the vessel,
I see.
buy over the title of the vessel. Until then, he will only run the vessel as if he was the owner, but he's not really the owner.
Yeah, for the 3 years.
So yeah, so that is bareboat hire
So
purchase.
after 3 years, then maybe they will extend until he's ready. They will exercise the option whether he wants to buy the.
Yeah, so it's either a purchase option or a purchase obligation. Purchase obligation means he has to buy the vessel. Purchase option means he has an option whether he wants to buy or not. And usually in these kind of bareboat hire purchase deals, when you take over the vessel, they will ask you to put down a down payment, and they will ask you to put down a bank guarantee. They will ask you sometimes to put down a corporate guarantee, but all of this will depend on the background of the charter. If the charter is a big company, then it's okay. But if the charter is a small company, then what he will have to do is he will have to do a bank guarantee. That means the charter will have to go to his bank and give them a bank guarantee that in case if the charter is unable to pay the hire to the owner, then the bank will cover that hire on behalf of the charter. But in order to do this, the charterer has to beforehand set aside that sum of money into the bank.
Oh,
It's not that the bank will take their own money and pay. So if we're doing a bank guarantee for 6 months, then the charterer has to take 6 months of hire, put that money aside with his bank. So in case in the future, if he's unable to pay for some reason, the bank will use this money under their guarantee, and they will pay
rental deposit lah.
yeah, something like that. So at least the owner is sure that, oh, the bank has the money. If the charterer cannot pay me, then the bank will pay me. It's the bank's guarantee.
Still got 6 months.
Sometimes, if the chartering company is large enough, then the owner does not need a bank guarantee, only a corporate guarantee will do. That means from the own corporate, they are satisfied with just a corporate guarantee, no need for a bank
Or their
guarantee.
in-house lawyer will draft a
The in-house lawyer will draft a corporate guarantee.
I see.
Um, yeah, that's the main thing.